Someone told me to fly the attacker. I was a bit skeptical about it, but here we are. This is actually the first game, and I instantly got quite a decent game out of it, so I decided to show it anyways. I did spade most of it with GE, because well, I'm partnered now, so I can just burn it. But it's actually quite enjoyable. I'm surprised. The Hispanos don't seem to be too bad lately. I'm not too sure if it's just me being lucky in the last couple of games, or if they actually gotten changed. I haven't used Hispanos in a long while, and I was pleasantly surprised. Of course, still some sparks here and there, but overall it was pretty good. Overall playstyle of this thing, I would recommend just boom and zooming. It can turn in a way where it has more energy. So say you're dogfighting at 262, that 262 will outturn you, but your retention, your acceleration will beat him in the vertical, so you can actually win it. I'm not a fan of the wing mounted guns, mostly due to the convergence at close range. I'm used to running 600 meters, so I can do those long range shots. And at close range it happens, you'll see it at the end where you just shoot around someone because they're too close to you. But for the gameplay, so I see the R2Y2. R2Y2s are planes that a lot of people have problems with, so I want to kill that thing. It turns quite well, the guns are very dangerous, which is something I want to get rid of. I don't want a thing diving on me, but an R2Y2 that's low and slow is pretty much dead. So I want to clean this guy up while I still can. The 260 only doesn't pose much of a threat. The Mark 108s don't really scare me, especially at those ranges. I'm a good bit fast, I'm going 900 kph. This thing is very fast. So I can pull away from most people. Of course, F-84Gs and stuff like that pose a bit of a problem. But this is a down tier 7.3, so I'm not too worried about that. I just go vertical after zooming up a little bit to conserve as much speed as I can. Do an Immelman, go back for the 262. There's a furball developing further down the road, so I want to clean up the stragglers first, where I can kind of one-on-one, and he gets taken down, so that's one threat less for me to worry about. R2Y2 all the way back in the distance, and a Horton. Horton seems to have quite a bit of altitude, so I kind of want him dead first. So I go for him. Of course, Hortons are very tedious to hit, damage model is quite strong, and the first time using Hispanos in about 3-4 months, and just get a hit, miss everything. Unfortunate, he should have been dead, but sadly I can't aim worth shit. Gets better later on, but for now it's sad. Just extending away, R2Y2 seems to be turning around, so that's good. So I can be focusing on this furball for a little bit. Then I spot the N1K going after me. It's a prop, N1K, it's one of the worst props to face jets in. It compresses really badly, it's not very fast, it only turns well at low speed. And even then it doesn't turn that exceptionally well. But what I'm trying to do is get some speed up and then turn back into him. Keep checking if he doesn't cut me off. He doesn't. So I can just extend the way to the furball again. See the 262 come head on. He dodges. I won't be able to roll that. And I don't want to go into the Horton on the right. And there's another R2Y2 there which I want to kill first. Again, he was on a teammate. He's not catching him. But he just gave me his ass, which is a very easy shot. I crit him. Got a lot more sparks. This is one of the most inconsistent Hispano bits I've gotten the last days, or the last hours I should say. Trying to extend as long as possible. He doesn't have a shot yet, so don't bother moving to waste all my energy and my separation. He's crit. He won't be doing much anymore. R2Y2 that's crit is pretty much dead meat. For now I'm just shallowly climbing. Get as much speed out of that climb as possible while still getting some distance from the other R2Y2. R2Y2 goes vertical. So I think, I'm below him. I might not be spotted. Let's try to pull into him. R2Y2 unfortunately gets stolen, which makes me sad. Very sketchy. I'm going very slow, so the only thing I could do is pull on his wingtip. So he has to rudder, has to roll, has to snap roll. And I know that thing is a bit of a brick at those maneuvers. And that's what saved me. Of course I could have easily died if he anticipated it, but luckily he didn't, so it's all good. I thought I was be able to pull after him there, but obviously I wasn't. He was a lot faster than I thought, and the R2Y2 at low speed is very deadly. And this thing is a bit of a boat, which is kind of fitting considering it's a naval craft, but don't go in those low speed fights, especially when someone has the advantage over you. If you have the energy over someone, I'll show that in the end. It's a bit unfair because it's next to the airfield and they just took off, but it will get you the point. Right now there's an N1K in front of me and the auto Y2 behind me. I'm trying to go as low as I can, get some speed up, close the distance as fast as I can, and hope I'm not spotted because I'm lower than him. But of course the P80 is pretty much right behind me, so I'm in the line. I go head on and then immediately dodge the auto Y2 because I don't want to get railed by those 30 mils. N1K sticks on me, auto Y2 does what I thought he would, he extends away. He seems a bit passive, so I'm not too afraid of him trying to stick on me, especially when my teammate is right next to me. If this was 2v1, I think he would have stuck on me, but you know, then I would have done it differently. Because I know that if the auto Y2 stuck on me, the P80 would have killed him. Well, if he could aim, of course, which is a bit of a gamble. I'm gonna let the F80 alone with the N1K. N1K doesn't pose much of a threat to any jet, even if you're not the best pilot, so I was quite confident that he could keep him busy for quite a bit. I see the auto Y2 doing an Immelman. So I decide, auto Y2 has bad acceleration, bad retention. For me, those are my strong suits, so I try to get an intersect course. And it looks quite good. He doesn't see me. He keeps flying straight. Shoot 20 rounds, get a crit in, quite lucky I hit that, and he turns. If he hadn't turned here, he probably could have run away, and I shot him pulling in here. If I had missed this, I'm not sure what I crit, but if I had missed that I probably would have died. But I didn't, so that's I don't have to worry about that anymore. Now the M1K is stalling out pretty much. He's going for the P80. I go straight for a little bit more, so if he tries to go head on with me, he'll stall himself out. And he'll give me more time to loop over. And he doesn't, he goes after the P80, I just wait for him to pull in my guns, do a little one tap, blow his wings off. And now it's a bit of running, like we're gonna look for them, they were ground pounding, and they're both landing. So I'll be cutting the gameplay for now. They were both repairing, so I decided to give them some room so they might take off. My teammate didn't really think the same way. So I decided to just attack with him. I don't want him to die to AA and then them getting energy separation and then me getting double teamed. That's something I don't want. So I do the thing that I normally do. I go for the airfield. You have people that say don't strafe, it's dishonorable, but in my honest opinion we all take off at the same time, and if you have to land before me, sorry, but that's not my problem. Of course, 163s, C2Bs when you're in 9.0, that's a different story. But I mean, you have all the advantages. You can shoot more, you have less fuel to burn, you're lighter, and then I should also give you the advantage of rearming and giving all the favors to you, which I think is very unfair. And people say it's unfair to strafe, but I think it's more unfair to fight with a handicap. Of course, I go for the Horton first. 262 seems to be very, very slow. Horton is much more of a threat, because that thing, if it has speed, can actually really screw me over. My teammate gets killed by AA instantly. I don't know what happened to him, because I am going to be circling this for quite a while over here, and I won't be hit once. Which is, well, a surprise to say the least. Normally you just get absolutely beamed by it. I'm not sure if they changed anything or whatever. But you can see that the Hispanos are a bit, it's like they hit hard and then they don't. They're a bit inconsistent, but I think what it feels like, it feels better than they did like, what, a month or 4 ago, where they actually just didn't do anything. It's no, well, when they go 300 it's not an hard shot and everything hits, wing gun, crashes. And the last one, more sparks of course, because you know, well not sparks, hits. And you see it, wing mounted guns, I just shot around them in the end. And I missed everything. He's crit, he's been hit a little bit more after that. He's not gonna do anything anymore, but I only have 10 rounds left and I really want that 6 kill in, mainly because as well, it's the first game. Said I couldn't get the 7 because it got stolen, but you know, I'm still gonna take it. It's a good first game. More sparks and he crashes and he tears his wing off. Well then, there you have it. Yeah, there you have it. Good ending, isn't it? It's a bit sad, but you know, who cares? Game is won. Thanks Jeff Genie for the suggestion. Feel free to suggest more, comment a bit, give me a like if you did enjoy it. And there's more to come, a lot more to come. This new mic is gonna make it a lot easier. I've done this in one take right now. The game plus the video itself took me about 30 minutes to make, which is quite a step up. Do suggest me what I should fly next. I'm gonna be flying some props more because 9.0 top tier is kind of burning me out at the moment. So I'll be flying more of 7.0 and the props. I'll be glad to hear your suggestions and I'll see you in the next one.